Hey, I'm Kyle, and this is the Vervet Forest. On today's episode, I head over to C.A.R.E, which is a baboon sanctuary just down the road from the Vervet Monkey Foundation. I get to hang out with an orphan named Oreo and learn what it's like to take care of a baby baboon. C.A.R.E has a foster mom program just like the Vervet Monkey Foundation, and they're also a non-profit volunteer-run organization. So if you want to find out how you can volunteer with them or how you can donate to help them with their work, then all you gotta do is check the links in the description below the video and in the top corner. All right, let's get into the video.
I'm walking through Zanin, which is the local town, but I'm heading to pick up a car from Avis, and then I'm going to be driving over to another sanctuary where they take care of baboons, which is called C.A.R.E. They just got a new baby baboon in, and so I picked up the car and I'm headed to C.A.R.E now. C.A.R.E stands for Center for Animal Rehabilitation and Education. Their primary focus, their main focus is on baboons. They rehabilitate, do releases, do all sorts of call-outs, they do education, they do everything for baboons and the local awareness of baboons, which is pretty awesome. And they've just got an orphan in. I'm not sure how old it is, I'm not sure if it's a male or a female. They said, come on over, make an episode about this baby, show people what C.A.R.E is all about, so that's what I'm gonna do. Hey man. Impalas everywhere. I've been here like twice, so I hope I know where I'm going, but I'm gonna make my best semi-educated guess, because I didn't go to college, so I'm only semi-educated, but I think it's this way. This is known as a South African traffic jam. Get out of the way, kids. Come on now. I gotta get to C.A.R.E. I don't care about, I mean I do care, but it's complicated. I'm just trying to go places, okay? Hey look, that's a kudu. You guys don't care about kudus, right? You just want to see baboons. Nobody cares about animals. You don't come here for animals. You come here for monkeys. Monkeys are not animals, monkeys is people. Duh. Welcome to C.A.R.E. Now I gotta get through their defenses. Hello? Hello? Heading down to the river, which is in an area called Phase 2. They've got Phase 1 and Phase 2 here. Phase 1 is like the main part of the property where the initial rehab, where visitors come to. Phase 2 is where all the baboons are. There's a baboon. These are the semi-wild enclosures, which are quite similar to the enclosures you've probably seen on the Vervet Forest videos. So yeah, I'm headed down to the river, and we're gonna go hang out and watch the baby boy play around and dig in the dirt and get used to what life is like out here in the real world.
Walk down if you want. There's like a little area we sit with them.
Okay.
And then I can let him go and hopefully he'll just be a baboon.
Yeah.
He has massive ears.
So how old is he?
So he's roughly 3 weeks old.
Okay.
Maybe a bit older. You can never really tell.
Yeah.
But you can judge, like, he had no teeth.
Right.
And about 5 days after we got him, his teeth started to come through. So he was under 2 weeks when we got him, definitely. And he's got his teeth coming through now as well. So his top 2 have started to properly come through, and the bottom ones have broken the gum.
Yeah.
So when he chews people's noses, now it hurts.
So what's that sound that you're making?
It's a reassurance grunt. What he made was like a cack, which is a scared sound, and you'll notice they go like really fluffy when they make that sound. I'm Nadine, and my job is a caregiver to the babies, but also I'm a long-term volunteer, so I take on roles like troop cleaning and a lot of other jobs that are here vital that need like a constant person. He's the second baby that I've been the primary caregiver to.
Okay.
My first, she was a lot older, so she was only with me for 10 days. She'd had failed rehab at other centres. So then here was her last hope. And she got released into a semi-wild and bonded to a female in there, which I lucked out on that, I think. It's really nice to see her in there. It's a weird feeling, like, because I've never felt love like I love my pets.
Yeah.
But I've never loved something as much as I love him. And so quick, like the moment we picked him up, I had a 5-hour car journey with him, and it was just like so much love in a blanket, and I was just like,
Hi, Buster. Hi. You get nervous now?
You're getting brave. He's a lot braver than when he first came in.
Yeah. So what was the story?
So we got a call on the 1st of June saying that this woman in her like cul-de-sac, they had dogs, and his mum was an older female, and they had poor food waste disposal. So she found an easy meal because she was exhausted from giving birth to him, and the dog cornered her and mauled her, and then the owners were able to get the dog away. She was still alive, so the authorities and the rangers in that park decided that it was best to euthanize her. Maybe not the best way they did it, but it was the quickest. And then the woman, the next door neighbour, which is the woman that had him, got him off the mum, and they phoned us, and we went and picked him up the next day. The woman said he was roughly a week old. He had no teeth. He was quite traumatised, which
Rightfully so.
I think I would be.
Yeah.
But a few days after, he kind of started coming out of his shell and play facing, and yeah. And the woman we're actually quite thankful for, because she responded so quickly, and she came and she phoned us as quick as she did, whereas some people possibly would keep them longer as a pet than when they get too big, which for him, he's now in the right environment. He's around baboons constantly, because the sooner he's with baboons, the better.
What do you think the hardest part is about raising these guys?
The first few nights, I think, are quite stressful.
Yeah, why's that?
Just because they don't sleep, and it's hard to know what they want, because they're very confused. So
they don't know what they want.
Yeah, they cry a lot, and you're just like, I want to help you.
Yeah.
But once they get into a routine, it's fine. I'm actually really excited for his whole process. I can't wait until he goes down and finds his baboon mum, and then they get bonded and go to the troop.
So how long does the whole process usually take?
It varies on each baby.
Okay.
And it varies on their age. He might be with me from 2.5 to 3 months, just because he's so small, and we want to make sure he's big enough and he's able to look after himself, and he's eating and drinking a good amount.
Yeah.
But it all varies on the baby and the situation on when they come in.
Right.
So like some babies are only with people for 10 days, sometimes longer.
Interesting. So, and it's really dependent on their age and just how quickly they learn whatever they need to learn?
Yeah. And also their confidence. Like, he might not even be with me that long because he's so confident. And if he stays this confident, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
But like communication wise, we lip smack, we grunt, and we talk to them as if we're baboons, which when you first get volunteers come in, they're very like, what are you doing? I'm so used to it. Like, I lip smack my dogs when I go home.
Yeah.
And grunting that it's funny. And like alarm calls and stuff, like when birds fly over.
Yeah.
Try and imitate that, so then when
they hear it in the troop, they know what's happening.
I walk up the hill, and there's the semi-wild at the top of the hill. And the first few days he'd kind of look at them, and they come up to the fence and they lip smack him. He's now started to lip smack them back, which for me, I'm like, it's small, but it's amazing because he's actually like, he does know what a baboon is.
Yeah.
Like, he's not forgotten. And I think, you're all right.
Mm-hmm.
They look drunk on milk. It's quite funny.
Oh, yeah. It happens so quickly, too.
You need to breathe. You need to breathe. Go. You need to breathe. Let air into it. It's like, no. There you go. Big stretch. Was that a power nap?
Yeah. All the
I'm
energy's
awake
back now.
Oh no. You cold? I think
Is it shivering?
Yeah.
That's good.
He's gone all puffy.
He really has.
You're alright. You like to sleep up there, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's the heartbeat.
Yeah, exactly. It's just that natural position.
There you go, kid. How's that?
That
Then
is
he's
a
gone.
way to fall asleep.
They fall asleep in the weirdest positions sometimes.
Just tongue
Like-
hanging half out the mouth.
Yeah.
So that's the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I've got a follow-up to this one, which will be a more in-depth look at C.A.R.E, the people, the programs, and the facilities. And I'll also be catching up with Oreo as he ventures through their foster mom program. So remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and keep checking back for those new updates.